And Governor Ned Lamont is among the many leaders here in Connecticut reacting to the passing of former President Carter. In a statement to News 8, he says, in part, quote, President Carter's style of leadership set an example that ought to be emulated by public officials nationwide, most notably his self-effacing and kind disposition. I extend my deepest condolences to the Carter family. Our hearts are with them at this time of mourning, and we thank them for everything they have given to our country. And more state officials reacting to the news. Senator Richard Blumenthal saying, quote, the diversity and longevity of his public service is staggering. He believed fervently in the opportunity and obligation of every single person to make a difference and better the lives of others. Meanwhile, President Carter spent significant time here in Connecticut. One of the most recent visits came back in 2007. News 8's Kent Pierce spoke to a Quinnipiac University professor who worked to convince the Nobel laureate to come to Hamden.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Jimmy Carter.
It was September of 2007. Quinnipiac University's Albert Schweitzer Institute invited President Jimmy Carter to speak on campus.
To educate our students about the importance of global peace, we invite Nobel laureates from time to time.
International business professor Mohammed Elahi is part of the institute and was among the more than 700 people in the audience. The former president spoke about the Carter Center's work promoting global human rights.
He also reminisced his time in the White House, some of the challenges he faced, how he handled those challenges.
And he spoke about his work building houses with Habitat for Humanity. After the visit, Quinnipiac students actually started their own chapter. President Carter met with people from the institute as well.
And he asked me where I was born, and when I told him that I'm from Bangladesh, he even mentioned about his visit to Bangladesh in the early 80s. He took a run in the morning in one of our parks. He mentioned that.
Elahi says speaking to Carter was like speaking to a regular person, even though he knew Carter was so much more.
He was the symbol of global peace. He was a symbol of democracy and human rights. But still, he was so humble, and he could put people at ease.
The United States of America.
And with a speech warning about trouble in the Middle East and sustainable energy, then 82-year-old Carter also seemed ahead of his time. I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.